The Mitchell S. Karnes podcast with our host, Mitchell S. Karnes. Hey, Mitchell, how are you, man?
Doing great. Got some frustrations on the road there, but we're going to get through them and keep going.
All right, so let's talk about the frustrations as an author, an entrepreneur, that things don't always go as they expect.
No, no. But if you give up at any hiccup, you're going to be gone, gone really quickly. No, just on the film side, he met last week with the casting director, and she's a union casting director, so she can hire both union and non-union talent. But one of the things that is in her contract is that she will not cast until he has raised the money. So Kickstarter, which has been kind of in limbo, is in the vetting process. So they're waiting to approve that. And then once that gets going, then we've got most of the money, but we'll be letting everybody know who wants to be a part of that.
No, I think that's fantastic in the way that you're at least understanding the industry and all the different things, but everything's going to work out as you always have that faith, and that's why you're an author in faith. And that leads to another conversation we had off in the green room, and that's regarding one of your fans, one of your reader fans, talked about why they love your books.
And she said that I need to be letting more people know that this is a mystery that has all the grit and all the things you need in a good mystery without the vulgar language and without the gratuitous and sex and graphic sex. She goes, because there are a lot of people looking for good mysteries that aren't what she called Hallmark mysteries, um, which lovey-dovey and end up always wrapped up in a nice neat bow. It doesn't always work that way in real life, and so we're trying to be as real as can be, but I don't see the point in putting all the language in there that doesn't need to be in there. And we, of course, allude to things like the rape, and we allude to her being taken advantage of, but it's not in a graphic sense, and you don't actually see those scenes. So,
Yeah, and that's good. That's good to know, and you're not using that vulgar language and things like that that people want to read a Christian book when they go and read one. Have you heard stories of Christian books that have vulgar language?
um, yeah, I actually have. And so they felt like the characters would talk that way, and so they put that in.
All right, fantastic. And
And you don't even have to be a Christian to read our
yeah,
series.
but yeah, exactly, because you have fans who are not Christians and enjoy this, right?
Right. hmm
Awesome.
I
And
have all different faiths reading it, and I've got two that professed atheists that are reading it, and they're in book three. So go figure.
yeah, exactly. And it feels interesting. All right, so that's another thing. And podcasts lined up. You talked about next week you're going to be recording Phil Vassar, and who else next week?
Yes, and Matthew Sears, he's been a police officer his entire career. He's been in two different states. He is currently a lieutenant, and so he is one of my advisors. And he will read my rough copy and then let me know what I need to change or where I'm pushing the boundaries on Abby's role in the police force and as a detective. And I'm also working on a person who is a current homicide detective to talk with her about that process, the difference between being an officer and being a detective.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's interesting because you hear that process and you think about, wow, what it all takes to be that position.
Yeah, yeah. And Phil is, someone asked me, is this the Phil Vassar that is a, country music artist and writer? And yes, it is. He's playing Sam, which is the second detective. We think we talked about that last time. But he's going to be sharing his insight and moving into the acting field from the career in singing. He just got off tour from Canada.
Wow, cool. And talking to Phil and understanding the process of being an actor and a musician, pretty interesting juggle.
Yeah, as he says, you're still on stage, so
All
one
right,
way or
what's
the other.
what's what's the news in your writing?
Getting deeper into the uh, sex trafficking book, which I'm calling the Facade, because they're putting on fronts with each other there, and this is this is deep and gritty and dark, and I've had to take emotional breaks from writing because it's just having four daughters. I can't help but picture this happening to my daughter, and it just really gets overwhelming.
Right. And the overwhelming part is crazy, right?
Yeah. And then I have it's set in a school system because she's right there in everyone's midst and they just don't know it. And, when I was a teacher, they talked about we could have students who are being sex trafficked and you wouldn't know it. And here are the signs to look for. And so one of my characters is a teacher, and it just gives me that. Did I miss somebody when I was teaching? Did someone come right in front of me, give me all the signs and all the signals, and I didn't do anything? And so that weighs on me too. And I'm trying to make it as real as possible, which makes the emotional weight really heavy on me when I write.
So you're going back and forth between the two books.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, I've got the other one tabled, but every time I get another idea, I have to put that down somewhere. So I'll make sure I still have it.
So tell me when those ideas come.
Uh, all the time. When I'm sleeping, I'm a lot of the dream writer. So if I'm go to bed thinking about it, parts of the book as a movie work out for me in my dreams. Also daydreaming, which writers do a lot, and just little things that were uh, roadblocks that I couldn't get past. That idea will come while I'm writing this other one, so I'll take a pause and write that down. That how that worked out.
Wow. Okay. And people are also excited about seeing you again. When's your next event?
A week from this Saturday, I will be at the Nashville Fairgrounds for the uh, annual Books, Authors, and Publishers Fair. I will be at table number 55, and I'll be there for the whole day on Saturday. My wife will be with me, and so come see me if you're in the Nashville area, and come pick up a book. Book 4 is getting ready to come out next month.
Yep. Book 4 next month. Wow. June what?
Mid June is what he gave me.
All right. And people can pre-order the book right now once we get the cover up.
Yeah, once we get the cover, and that's in the
Yeah,
works.
we need it. So if people want to pre-order it before it even comes out, so you get it hot off the presses, signed by Mitchell Karnes and discounted, right, Mitchell?
Yes.
You will find that out very soon. Just stay tuned. All right. All right, perfect. Best place to go is mitchellscarnesauthor.com. And there you can get autographed signed copies of Mitchell's books. Appreciate it, Mitchell.
All right. Have a good day.
That was the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Mitchell S. Carnes podcast, guys. Take care.